Okay, hi everybody. Thanks for joining us at BuzzCheck. What I want to do today is quickly show you how our online breathalyzer works so that you can better understand what your drinking limits are and how long it's going to take for you to get there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out at our home page, which is thebreathalyzer.net. And I'm going directly to try it. If this is your first time and you want to try us out, just click on this icon called Try It. Now what it's going to do is bring you up to the profile page. Within the profile page, what we're able to do is capture specific information about you that's really important for us to help you better understand what your blood alcohol content is and how long it's going to take for you to get there. So first of all, over here you have the choice between imperial and metric systems, so go ahead and choose accordingly. And then in the profile, put in your information. Let's say my name is Ann, 30 years old, height 5'5", weight 130 pounds, gender female, and then drinking frequency. Now, this is a really unique aspect about our calculator that the other ones don't take into consideration, and it has to do with how often you drink. And most of us know that people who don't drink very often tend to get drunk a lot faster than people who drink more frequently. And so we take this into consideration when we are calculating your blood alcohol content. So go ahead and choose the one that most applies to you. I'm going to choose weekly. And then in email, go ahead and put your email address in. And then over here are the terms and conditions. If you could just click on that. And then below here, we're going to click continue. Okay? Now on this page, you have the choice between beer, wine, or spirits. I'm going to begin by showing you our wine list. Within wine, we have whites, rosés, and red wines. And you would just basically choose whatever one that you're drinking at the time. In spirits, you can choose between a drink that has one shot. If it feels a little bit stronger, you might want to choose two. Or if it's a very strong drink, you're going to want to choose three. Okay, and then the final one here is beer. With beer, we have quite a few selections. You can choose between a bottled beer, 12, 16, 20, or 22 ounce draft. Okay, so let's say we choose bottled beer. And here we put together a pretty comprehensive list of the different types of beers in the market. Now, because there's just so many craft beers out there, we weren't able to put in every single beer in the market, but we did put the most favorite ones. And so what we were able to do is capture the favorite ones, and then in addition to that, we identified what the alcohol content was in every single beer that we have mentioned here. Okay, so I'm going to choose wine. Let's go ahead and choose champagne. All right, so then we come up to this screen here, which is also really important, and it's very helpful actually. It's going to ask you time you started drinking. So let's say you are at a bar and you want to use our online breathalyzer. Basically within this box here, you identify when you started drinking. If it was a half an hour ago, you can put 30 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, whatever it might be. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and put in 0 because I'm going to say that I've just started drinking. And time duration to finish this drink, people average between 20 minutes to 40 minutes. So guesstimate the best that you can how long it takes you to finish a drink. I'm going to go ahead and put in 30. And then how hungry you are. This is another really important aspect about our online breathalyzer is that it takes into consideration how hungry you are. And most of us know that if we drink on an empty stomach, we're probably going to get a lot drunk, that we're going to get drunk much faster than if we have just eaten a big meal. And so that's going to greatly affect what your BAC is and how quickly you're going to get to your maximum level. So I'm going to go ahead and choose comfortable. And then drink now. All right. So here is the graph. You can see here what time we started drinking. So it shows 2:08. And then you can put your mouse over the graph and it's going to show you what your BAC is at what time. And then here at the top it's going to tell you what your maximum BAC is at what time. Okay? Down here we once again talk about these points. And then over here we also have the number of drinks, which is 1. So the reason this is really helpful is that it's, number one, going to give you a good idea of, one, what your maximum BAC is going to be after 1, 2, or 3 drinks. Number two, how long it's going to take you to get there. And then number three, how long it's going to take for you to get sober. And what a lot of people don't realize is, number one, really kind of, it takes quite a bit of time before you reach your maximum BAC. And then it also takes a really long time to get sober. So you know, these are points that you can learn as you go about and play around with this calculator. All right, so let's say you've had your first drink and you want to add your second drink. Okay, I created another profile, so let's go into that. All right. I actually, on this profile, I've got 2 drinks going. So I've had 2 glasses of champagne. I started this at, I think it's 150, 136. So let's say I'm about ready for my 3rd drink. Now, as you notice, after 2 drinks, I'm at 0.0578. And the legal BAC is 0.08%. So most likely when I put in my 3rd drink, I am going to be over the limit. So let's see. It's going to hit add drink. Let's just go for another champagne. And let's say I just started it now, 30 minutes, and I'm comfortable. Drink now. Okay, I did go over the limit. So you can see with this 3rd drink that I put in here, that at 3:48 I am going to reach 0.0963, which is going to put me over the limit and I shouldn't be driving. And then so you can see down here once again what the max is, what the current is, and then you can see how many drinks that you've had. And you can continue. I mean, you can continue adding as many drinks as you're taking in. But this is a really great guideline for you to really better understand how many drinks, first of all, it's going to take before you get drunk, and then how long it's going to take, and how long then it's going to take for you to get sober. And with each person, it's going to be different, and each person's time is going to be different. So, you know, there might be days when you go and you have a drink and you're very hungry. You're going to reach a BAC much, much quicker than if you've just eaten. If you take longer to drink, it's going to change these variables. So this graph is never going to always, is probably never going to be the same for you. That's why it's going to be so helpful to have this when you go out, so that you can use it as a guideline to really monitor and to see how you are progressing with your blood alcohol content. Okay, so that's it. If anybody has any questions, you can always reach me at info@buzzcheckcampaign.com. And thank you for your time. Cheers and be safe.